It's
All right, the game
dodgeball
is
time.
Dodgeball. The United States and China will choose teams. I pick Britain.
I pick
Of
Russia.
course. Of course.
I'll take Canada.
Oh, who's gonna be last?
Japan.
North Korea.
Australia.
Iran.
Oh, jeez. The whole world's divided.
And Palau.
That's
Go!
That's crazy. You can't trust them. They're gonna switch sides. We're literally gearing up for World War III right here. That's basically what we're doing. What was this overall team breakdown? We got China with Algeria, with Iran, with Pakistan, with Russia, with, is that Yemen and Costa Rica maybe? Meanwhile, the USA with the Baltic states, the UK, Canada, Japan, Australia, Czechia, Germany. Loved Palau's like overreaction here. That was a little crazy, Palau. I don't know if this video is trying to say Italy got picked last because they ultimately changed teams in the World Wars, or if they're just considered the worst in war in general. I mean, I probably would put my money on Palau being maybe better. USA, oh of course, how can I forget my favorite Italian nation? Italy smiles and wipes tears. San Marino! Palau does in fact have a dodgeball on their flag. Somebody just give Italy a pizza. Crazy how the Countryballs universe here has to show us that it feels like a Cold War is beginning to happen again. Except a Cold War where we're both so economically reliant on each other. It's very, very odd. We're living in interesting times. That video is by Poland Ball Official. Please go subscribe. Also subscribe here if you haven't already. If you have not hit this button yet, please turn it into a white or clear, what is it? I guess it depends on what color you're using it in your desktop browsing or your mobile. But yes, by subscribing to both channels, it's the best way to support this very odd, strange corner on the internet. The geography, history, joke, meme corner. I don't even know what else we can throw in there. Flag corner, world flags. But hit that sub button, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, Operation Downfall.
I'm gonna have to invade him.
I am go with you.
Oh boy.
I have no idea who you are, but I could use the help.
That's
The
Mongolia.
next day.
SpongeBob.
Hey, false alarm. I built this thing called a nuke, so now we don't have to invade Japan.
Japan. Mongolia wanted to do it. They really wanted to do it. If you didn't know, Operation Downfall was the plan the US came up with if they had to actually navally invade the Japanese islands during World War II. Which, yes, that would have been an absolute disaster. They made something like 1.4 million Purple Hearts before the invasion were to even begin because they knew they were going to lose so many American men. And honestly, if anyone was going to convince us not to navally invade the Japanese, it should have been Mongolia. They tried to do it twice and failed epically. They weren't really being our homie in this situation. I guess the Mongolians were just thinking, hey, third time's a charm. But yes, Operation Downfall would have looked something like this, and it was going to be horrific if we did actually have to do that. I mean, if the Japanese pilots had no fear just kamikazing their planes into our battleships, do we want to know what the people would have done in the 1940s? I mean, they would have sacrificed everything. They were literally preparing for this event, training every man, woman, and child to be able to pick up a stick and stab an American soldier. Weirdly, I think not invading the Japanese mainland made them accept the peace deal a little bit more. That at least they didn't think that their like independence, their integrity as a nation was at stake. Mongolia, this isn't healthy. Ironically, Mongolia was in fact a part of the Allies. They were allied to the Soviets. They were also kind of cool, which they didn't like Japan, that is for sure. Mongolia has waited hundreds of years to successfully invade Japan, and they're gonna have to wait probably hundreds of years more. This is called the switch. Oh, USA, what are you doing?
Knock it off! Whoops.
Tariffs. Is this economic aid?
Why are you do this to me?
Ah, shit. My bad.
That's the aid to Ukraine, I see.
That's the one.
That's Trump. Okay. Unironically, I'm sure there's a lot of countries that are feeling this way. I thought this was gonna, well, I guess it kind of is. It's kind of showing the drastically different, I guess we have a personality disorder here in the USA. We don't know what we want because we're constantly changing between presidents that are, well, drastically different. We're swinging one way, then we swing another way. The world is like, bro, make up your mind! Are you with us or are you against us? It is fair to say, though, two of the most heavily affected places right now with the US's personality disorder would be Canada. Our neighbors to the north, they kind of need a stable, sane USA. And then Ukraine, while they're being invaded by Russia, they really need a successful and a nice and influential USA. A supportive, that's the word I was thinking of. I don't think we're talking about America in like the scale of, US presidents every 4 years. I think we're just talking about America right now. Because to be fair, yeah, America right now, we be going back and forth on everything. America, I am stupid. Canada, you are stupid. peak comedy. Here's the spoiler alert though, the US has always been this way, which is why you can go back and look from quotes from European leaders from literally decades ago that would say, don't trust the Americans. You cannot trust the Americans. They'll drop you like a dime. They said it more European-like. I don't know why. I just put it in dumb terms. Sentence. Oh no, Germany.
Halt!
What?
Cannot leave work yet.
Oh, it's too early,
Du hast
bro.
commit crime against work.
Oh.
Ich sentence you to vacation.
No!
No!
That's so funny. That's so funny. What is that? Spanish Airlines. Being forced to go to Madrid? I can't think of anything worse. Still crying. Oh, man. I hope they enjoy their vacation. Unironically, I do know people that are like this. I think we all kind of do. Well, depending on what country you're coming from, a lot of the Mediterranean nations really love taking as much vacation time as they can get. But if there's one nation that loves to build up that PTO or paid time off without ever using it, it probably would be Germany. They probably do, in fact, have to be forced to go on vacation. Like I said, I know people in my personal life that are like that. They have to go on vacation at the end of the year, and they don't even know what to do with themselves. They've lost their personality in their work. Bro, that's me, actually. But what am I talking about? I barely take vacations, too. Bro, I'm Germany. YouTube themselves are about to banish me to Barcelona and sit here on this beach next to a French ball and a Swedish ball. No! The horror. France probably thought Germany was having flashbacks to after the World Wars when they lost. Dude, I don't even think Germany complained this much after they lost the World Wars. They're only freaking out because they have to stop working. In France, you'd be sentenced to work for committing crimes against your vacation. Don't draw comparisons between Germany and Japan. What year is it? Oh yeah, where was the 9? Aren't Europeans given like 4 weeks of vacation time every year? Yeah, the average is 29 days. That's like 4 weeks. It's a whole month in France, Denmark, Sweden, Germany, Finland, and Norway. They offer at least 6 weeks. Dang, not even my editor can get 6 weeks. Damn, I just realized my editor got to wait for me to take vacation for him to take vacation. He's got the worst setup right now. If you ever want a vacation, Frank, I got you, bro. Just want to let you know. World War I assassination, World War II, Hitler invaded Poland, World War III, vacation. Speaking of which, the Germanic road trip. Oh no, not the Germans.
Are we there yet?
Austria, shut up.
9. We arrive precisely at 4:38 in the afternoon.
They're very precise with their ETAs. I've seen it happen before.
Good.
Very exciting stuff. What? It's funny because I think there's some things lost in translation because I'm watching it back on a desktop and it's not automatically looping on my cellular device or whatever. This is probably a lot funnier if it does just automatically loop. Wait, doesn't YouTube not have that feature where it just automatically continues to play? There's nothing like that on desktop? What the hell? Fix your shit, YouTube. I think it's really the music that makes this one good. And I like that Switzerland's just sitting in the back. So these are all Germanic countries, Austria, Germany being the big ones. But of course, Switzerland also with Zurich. If you've ever been to Zurich, very German speaking part or German-like culturally in terms of Switzerland, but Switzerland's kind of a Frankenstein nation with Italy and France too. I've always heard jokes about this. You tell a German, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. They'll be like, what time? They're gonna try to pencil you in immediately at 4:38 p.m. I love the German memes. They're so good. Germany always knows his times. Switzerland staying neutral. Of course they are. Oh yeah, where was Liechtenstein? I think we could have expanded the car trip to more Germans. Could have put in Luxembourg and Belgium. I'm not sure about the Dutch Germans. I don't think they would count. Sorry, Netherlands. Couples therapy.
Here. France, what is your main concern?
Mon Dieu, he has never communicated properly. I am trying to talk for feelings.
Very
but
masculine
he always
voice.
the same thing. Is worse than text.
May I see these texts?
Wait.
Italy. Oh. That's, of course. They're like a dad. Dads love just using the thumbs up emoji. Dad, my car flipped over and fell into the lake. I'm literally drowning right now. And they hit you just with the... I love that it's France and Italy, though, at couples therapy. This is very random, but I heard that the nation, the number one nation on earth where like marriages cheat on each other is France. Specifically the men. The number one cheating nation, I guess, are French men in marriage. Where the hell did I see that stat from? Well, Google is saying that it's Thailand. Hey, what the hell? That's my video right there. That's crazy. Well, maybe this is where I found the stats from. I mean, for me, I didn't necessarily think that both sides cheated. I'm pretty sure it was just the French men that were doing the most often cheating. But the French women will let it go. I remember reading a statistic about that. Anyways, funny because it is the romance. These are two romance-speaking languages, romance countries, Mediterranean, Latin languages. They do tend to be a little bit more toxic. The German world's a bit more colder, I guess you could say. We need to talk. Must know if you love me. Are we serious? Will you be married? The Italian ball just wants you to make a damn pizza for him. This is also why Germany lost World War II, because this is all Italy was doing the entire time. No. Austria's relationship counselor is just perfect. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd want Austria. With the types of people that be coming out of Austria, especially if they fail out of art school, I'd be very concerned. I already know where this one's going.
Sir.
I already know.
Yeah. What do the polls say?
What do the polls
I'll
say?
go check. Listen up. We're weeks away from the election and need to get the pulse of the electorate. Please indicate if you support candidate A, B, or C.
What do you say, Poland? The polls. Can't help but think this literally every single time I hear the word polls. Well, the polls are saying that Trump's gonna win. You can't trust the polls, though. That's like the #1 thing that America loves to talk about. You can now no longer trust political polls. Not just any polls, political ones specifically. Gotta get it right. We just love polling the polls in America, don't we? Like, is there no other ethnicity or nationality that we want? Sorry, Poland is not an ethnicity, but it is a nationality. What do the polls think of Donald Trump? As of June, apparently Poland wasn't as big of a fan, but I thought I remember reading back in, like, Trump won his first term, they liked him a bit more back then. A lot of polls are now saying they have very low confidence in Trump, so that's, yeah, there's a huge, most European countries are not a fan. And look at that, the country that we were chill with, India, we just put a bunch of tariffs on them. Now more than likely India despises us. Yeah, opinions have clearly dropped quite a bit. Surprise, surprise. The polls are confused today, sir. That was a little bit too many Polands. I almost got an epilepsy. Oh man, what a classic right here. Cultural
Island.
sensitivity.
It's 11 in the morning. Shouldn't you be drunk by now?
They should.
How bleeded area? That's a f***ing insulting stereotype, so it is. Now, if you don't mind, I've a dash to make to the bank.
This one, I think I've seen this one too. His accent almost sounded Scottish for a second there.
Bleeded area? That's a f***ing
Is it just me or does that sound Scottish? I don't know. Well, what's the cultural sensitivity to South Africa? I feel like you don't want to do that. Whatever jokes you can make about South Africa, probably don't. Probably nothing good that won't get you banned. So Ireland is not, in fact, drunk just yet off of whiskey or Guinness, but they have ridden their rainbow to their gold in pot of gold. I mean, yeah. With the 4-leaf clover on the hat, 2 down. Never ask an Irishman what is on his to-do list at 11 a.m. You probably won't be ready for those answers. In many Irish folk songs, they hide moonshine from the taxman, so the bank could absolutely refer to a distillery. That's a pretty strong Scottish accent on Ireland. That's what I thought too. Yeah, very rare South Africa ball. That was cool. Here's a rare one.
We are broke. Oh, no. How will I afford to keep a mega ratatouille, roquefort, et Bordeaux?
Bordeaux.
Not worry, I have plan. We go to Geneva and rob Swiss bank.
Smart.
We rob bank? That is dangerous. Wait, but we have nothing to lose.
Oh my god. That's a city that they... Literally, same. Bro, I get you. So Aquitania is a historical region in southern Europe, specifically southern France. They just had this massive chunk right here, even taking, I guess it makes sense. I was gonna say, one of them, the French ball actually kind of sounded Italian to me for a second there too. So this is still a French administrative zone, even to this day, and they still fly this flag. That's pretty cool. It's very random, but one of my friends, that's a girl, just came back from France for the first time. Apparently, when she got out of the airport and she re-landed back into LA, the first thing she said, it was just, I hate the French, I hate the French, I hate the French. I don't know why that's really sticking with me right now. I was chill with them. I had no problem. I think that I've only heard like bad things from the rest of the world, like, oh yeah, French people were so rude, that when I went to Paris myself, it was only Paris, mind you, so maybe that's a difference, but I was chill. I was like, you know what, they're pretty cool. And of course, the reason why this French city came up Toulouse is because this administrative zone does have Toulouse in it. Bro, I need to go here. I just want to be able to call someone and say, oh, sorry, I missed your call. I am in the south of France. Why does that just sound so epic? Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh, I forgot to explain that Toulouse is a city in France. Maybe that went over some people's heads. There's a whole lot of puns you can make with France's territorial divisions. Oh no. France, wait, you'll also get a tours of the Swiss. Why is it always the puns and the French? There's just so many ways to puns the French.
You
Swift
absolute
tea.
fool. What kind of self-respected country obsesses over rich, privileged aristocrats who only pretend to care about the common
Oh
man?
goodness.
You disgust me to my core.
This is so funny. Who are we gonna talk about? Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
That is hilarious. I literally just heard about that news today as well. I was wondering, I kind of had like the Swift T, Taylor Swift. That did come to my head when I just read this title. I mean, it's kind of funny because we could have implanted and we could have surpassed, what is the word? We could have put in any millionaire/billionaire. We Americans love to obsess over super rich people here. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, even Trump himself. We're no better than our father. I mean, we don't call them kings and queens, but in a way, they literally are kings and queens of America. They just don't have the royal titles and the crown and stuff like that. They could certainly buy it if they wanted to, though. We literally replaced one king basically for another. That's crazy. That's making me think of how like George Washington wanted to limit his presidency to only 2 terms because he didn't want to just become another king. It's ironic thinking about that now because I feel like we do have kings again. The UK's eyes concentrated on the US darting left and right is gold. Like father, like son, we did learn it from the best. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lobbyist or a political family. I wasn't expecting, you know how many people are going to first now just learn about Taylor Swift's marriage because of this Countryballs YouTube short? That's crazy. Canada, at least we're honest about it. UK, indeed, your brother in denial about his aristocratic class. USA, hating the rich, also the USA. OMG! I think there's some American citizens that don't like the rich, but a lot of us do. We just don't realize it. We will say, you know, eat the rich, and at the very same time, you know, kind of worship Taylor Swift. Look at that. Pretty ironic, right? Like I said, please go subscribe to Pull and Ball Official and also subscribe here if you like my analysis, breakdown, whatever input that I can make and provide to you guys. I like to do it. It's very fun. If you enjoy watching it, it helps tremendously just by hitting that sub button. And a big thanks to my patrons this month. Drew's abandoned son from Alabama. Petition for Drew to make Hoi 4 ASMR Tingles version 2. Nolan. Alexander the Terrible. Nord Tyrol. Miglu the Goat. King Bear Hayes. Connor Pavlik. Frederick Tiblin. Carmel. Drew's Argentinian Trust Fund. Rip Grandpa. Douche Baggins. Luxembourg Lover. And Tambrin.